not creepy at all.
170. Would someone like to read the poem one time?
That yearly hardly slept, waking my fingers to beat the wall. Every night another was music, the silent work of typing the heart. Exhausted, we gave up, escaped the apartment pool, swimming those laps until the first light would relieve us. Days were different, FM and full blast blues, hours of guitar, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Think how you tried to pack us and go, for weeks stumbling over piles of clothing, the unstrung tennis rackets. Finally locked into blame, we paced the short hall, leaving words like furniture. I have the last unshredded pictures of our matching eyes and hair. We've kept a separate side to the map. Still, I'm startled by men who look like you. And in the yearly letters, we truly say you're happy men. Yet, I think of the warrior's bewilderment when we cried the last day. Taking hands, we walked apart until our arms stretched between us. We held on tight and let go.
So last time we went over the first stanza and started to go through the second one. And we left off with, we talked about the unstrung tennis rackets. So why do you think that the writer included that the speaker was stumbling for weeks over things like piles of clothes?
I think it shows that the one of them was in the process of moving out, and it was like a constant threat of, I have my stuff packed, I can leave. But even at the end of the poem, you can see that there's still some love there. So he kept on thinking, maybe today it will be fixed, maybe today we can keep on going.
Yeah.
Is the speaker, you're saying he, is the speaker male or female?
Female. So yeah, just it helps show that like there was a struggle to leave even though.
Yeah.
What I also saw with that was they used the speaker used piles of clothing to like symbolize the problems, and I kind of thought of that as like we think of our problems like something on our chest or something like a burden on our back, and like we wear our clothes on our body, so it's kind of like weighing it down, so it's kind of like literal also, just like they're stumbling over their own problems.
So what do you guys think about the tone change in the last two lines of this thing? Jay?
It kind of like turns more into like action and like more like serious and committed, I guess, to their like what they're gonna do, because before it was like you guys were talking like stumbling and like trying to pack up, but now it's like darker words, like heaving words and
yeah, we talked about how in the first stanza and partway through the second stanza they're struggling together and like struggling being together but also struggling to leave each other. To they're like fighting now and it's like okay. So in this third stanza, what has changed?
I guess in the third stanza, it's like after they've left each other or like stopped the relationship, and now it's kind of talking about, or the speaker saying what's different now that they're separated, and how they're still kind of dealing with the separation, even though they thought there's still some attachment to each other. It's kind of like reminiscing how on the day they left, they were still like kind of holding on to each other.
Yeah. Jane?
just like a tiny bit to add to that, like a supporting thing. I think like the verbs are like current tense now, except when she like recalls about the lawyers like on the last day at the bottom part. Okay.
So in talking about the last unshredded pictures, why do you think the writer said are matching eyes and hair? Alicia?
hair might be like messy and their eyes are like sad or something. Like, I don't know, both of them may seem like tired in the pictures.
I think the matching eye and hair could be like when they were fighting and then they took a picture of themselves and maybe they looked similar because they were in that same state of bewilderment as like, what's going on? What do I do next?
Generally, like, I don't know about the hair part, but with the eyes, like, when you, like, spend a certain amount of time, or rather a long amount of time with someone, you tend to kind of have the same almost facial expression, so that's why, you know, people usually say, like, married couples almost look alike because they spent so long with each other that they now can kind of emulate each other's, like, expressions, so maybe it's not so much the color of their eyes, but how, like, their eyes are shaped in that picture, and how they're kind of, like, whether like dilated or not, whether they're like open or closed or something like that. Just like it kind of indicates that they spent so long a time with each other that they've now begun to kind of resemble each other.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I kind of disagree with what someone said about maybe them being unhappy in the picture. I feel like when she's saying I have the last unshredded pictures, it's like pictures from their relationship when they were happy. Because if she didn't shred them, then they must not be like negative memories. So if she still has the pictures, maybe in the pictures when they had matching eyes, they were like happy or like still in love.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking along the lines of kind of what Sarah was saying, that it wasn't a literal matching, but just it was when they were kind of connected and like,
Also, just to add, a little thing like that gives you some insight too into setting in terms of time. You know why? Cameras, for one. Jane?
Could they have like the hairstyle of the time when like either the guy has longer hair to match the girl, or that's probably what I was thinking, like when it was like guys would really be into long hair and like that would give a time period of like, I don't know, was that like 70s or 80s?
Yeah, then maybe, yeah, it could be either.
Mullet hair.
Or if, yeah, I guess the girl's hair could be short or like a mix of both.
I was also thinking just, you know, where do you guys store your photos now?
Online.
Facebook.
They're not even available for shredding. They're available for deleting.
It's actually
Sounds like
very
a Taylor
funny.
Swift song.
What?
It's actually very funny.
So if that
I'll print them just to
shred
shred them.
pictures, this is pre electronic world. Just a little thing, like something like that can maybe some of those like shredded pictures. How many of you, when was the last time you printed a photo?
School project.
A month ago?
Like,
What, for your
Who
SAT
knows?
ticket?
Yeah, actually.
Yes.
If it's an important photo, we print it out.
Okay.
I need to print out my ticket.
But it's not a regular thing. Okay, go back.
Prints ticket. Who prints?
Okay, so when the speaker says, I'm still startled by men who look like you, why do you think they chose you to use the word startled? Not like, I'm still like, you know, when I see men who look like you, I, you know, miss you or something like that. Why startled? Kind of off. Startled, like kind of
Surprised, like, oh my goodness.
it's like,
Well, startled implies like there's some fear, you know, momentary fear. So, and it's definitely, you know, a negative feeling that you get when you hear the word startled. And so she's saying that she's not, you know, surprised to see him because that can be, you know, positive sometimes, but she's either scared or angry or all those emotions that they felt when they were fighting each other came back up.
I don't know, I don't really see startled as like a negative. I mean, for me, like, they could have used a much different word other than startled to make it negative. But like for me, when the speaker says she's startled when she sees men who look like him, she's kind of, like, she does have a little bit of a fear, but it's kind of like, is he coming back? Are we gonna try again? Or oh no, I'm just seeing things now, because she's still, in her head for me, she still kind of wants it back, because it wasn't exactly like they hated each other, because there still is that sense of love there. And so I think she's kind of hoping in her head that he will come back and they'll work towards that. So she's startled and she's
Annabelle, you know that you know? Annabelle's like, I'm next.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny, okay.
Well, I don't know, I think it's kind of like, it shows that he's still on her mind all the time, you know, kind of like in the back of her head.
Yeah.
And she's always kind of looking out for him in every like person she's trying to see him. And when she like thinks that he's almost there, she's like surprised and she like looks, and it kind of shows that she's kind of hoping but also fearing to see him. It's like constant like feeling of searching through the masses.
Sarah?
Alright, I think I kind of agree with Chris there in this one, where Startle has kind of that connotation of fear, because the poem like